Welcome to Back to the Futures, the official podcast of the Futures League, presented by ChangeUp. I'm Owen Shadrick alongside Johnny Maffey, as always. Johnny, we have a new visual identity in the Futures League.
Yeah, I love the new logo. Thanks to everyone for watching the video. Thanks to everyone for tuning into this, whether you're watching or listening. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. 66 days away from the Futures League opening day.
66 days away. And before we get to next season, we had a member of last year's Pittsfield Suns, Jake Blinstrub, on this episode of Back to the Futures. Pittsfield, right near the top all season long, came just short of a championship title. Matt Gedman was the co-manager of the year, and Blinstrub had a lot of good things to say about him, his time with the Suns, and his time at Mount Saint Vincent.
And the best part about summer ball is, so Mount Vincent's off to a pretty good start. Jake was the Skyline Conference Player of the Year last year. For them, he hit 547. I think that's good, right?
Pretty good.
Yeah, but the best part about summer ball is, he played Trinity last week, where Gedman's an assistant coach, and they lost to them. And he told us about the shift Gedman put on. He always had a good scout for them. And that's what we're seeing all around here. We're seeing a bunch of, Futures League guys killing it, but then we're also seeing in these New England matchups and all across the country, really, just a bunch of dudes playing against each other, and it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And Jake was also the recipient of the Adam Keenan scholarship from Pittsfield, so congratulations to him on that award. He talks about that honor, among other things, in this interview that we're going to get you to. So here is Jake Blinstrub.
Let's roll.
We are honored to be joined by our next guest here on Back to the Futures. He was a recipient of the Adam Keenan Award in 2021, was also a Futures League All-Star, and a member of the Pittsfield Suns. It's Jake Blinstrub. Jake, how you doing today?
Good. Been doing good. Thanks for having me.
Jake, thanks for coming on. We got to start with the hard-hitting questions like we always do. How's your bracket doing?
Struggling right now. I had none of the upsets really that I had going my way. Well, I mean, been some good games. Not gonna tell you and sit here and lie to you that I had St. Peter's, because I didn't. But what about you? You got teams still in it?
Well, I obviously did not have St. Peter's either. No, I got some. Mine's doing decent. I had UConn for some reason going to the Final Four. I don't know why.
Wow.
But so that was a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That is, but
how's your bracket doing, Owen?
It's doing all right. I got a couple brackets going on. The one that I was mainly focused on is the worst, which is funny, but the other two are surviving.
I think I picked all the 12-5s wrong. Like,
yeah,
because you got to pick a couple 12s every year.
I liked St. Mary's a lot this year. Actually, I think I have them in my Final Four, so that's a big game tonight against UCLA.
Yeah, definitely some more big games this weekend. We're recording Saturday, a couple days before release day. So you're from Georgia. Are you a Braves fan?
So I live in Georgia. I actually grew up in upstate New York.
Oh, okay.
So I've always really been a Yankees fan. I hate to say it, but since I moved down there, like the 5-6 years, I've grown into enjoying watching the Braves play, just because going to the games and stuff, and just that fan culture they have down there. They love those Braves, man. They love them. And,
definitely. Well, we were going to ask you about Freddie Freeman, but I guess I'll ask you how it feels to get outbid by the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
That was a shocker. That was at 2 a.m. last night?
Yeah, and I got the update on my phone when I woke up this morning for practice. I was like, really? I was like, that's pretty crazy. I would say, in my opinion, I think they won the trade they had with them. And I know a lot of Yankees fans will say what they want about Gary, but I didn't mind him too much. But I think they got what they needed. I think that guy Falefa, or however you pronounce his name, I think he's going to be pretty good. So I think it'll be interesting. But yeah, crazy to get outbid like that.
Yeah, I feel like the Braves, the Twins have been waiting to pay a pitcher like that much money, and now they just got their shortstop for a couple of years.
So, but I mean, when you look at their lineup, it's like, even like, especially with the Dodgers now with Freeman, I mean, they look like all-star team rosters almost, like just very powerful, a lot of home runs, a lot of hits. So it'd be interesting to see. I'm glad we finally get to have a season and then talk about having a season. The lockout just ended, so.
Yeah, it was an interesting couple of months. We're waiting for the Red Sox to make a splash personally, but
Oh yeah,
who knows who strikes first between Red
yeah.
Sox and Yankees in the
They're
future.
always in it though. They're always in it.
The interest kings, most of Twitter says. All right, moving on from the MLB, focusing on your college career. You're a senior at Mount Saint Vincent. How has your season been so far? Is it good to be back?
Oh yeah, yeah, very good to be back. Last year, with COVID, we ended up just playing conference games only. So it's been good to expand out, and play some teams not from our conference and stuff. Funny enough, my coach Matt Gedman, he's at Trinity as an assistant, and we actually just went out and played him the other night. So it was good to see him and just, I mean, playing teams from that conference, especially the NESCAC, very very strong conference and good baseball. So it's been really good to be back. I think we're 6-5 right now. I think we could be a little better than that. We've had some bumps here and there, but it's going good. Just really good to get back. We've been lucky with the weather that we've been having, so can't complain.
So you had a few games at Diamond Nation, which is I think, all-time favorite place to play.
Really? No kidding. Yeah.
I love it there. The fields are on top of each other.
Yeah, right on top of each other. Really nice turf. They just redid one of them with brand new turf, so it's been pretty cool there. Yeah, unfortunately, we have to go out there for our home games because unfortunately we just don't have a field for us. So we schedule games all over at different universities and stuff. But yeah, Diamond Nation is beautiful. I would play there any day of the week.
Yeah, I can relate to that a little bit. Going to Emerson, we don't have a field in the city either. But so like you said, you moved to Georgia. Did you always know you were going? Did you live when you were getting recruited to Mount Saint Vincent? Did you live in New York, or can you tell us that whole process?
Yeah. So I moved down to Georgia my freshman year of high school after I finished my freshman year. And I went down there. I did 3 years of high school down there. And yeah, funny story. I was ready to kind of just pack it up. Like I always obviously loved baseball and stuff. And it was the fall of my senior year. And we were just going in the fall, and I got a call from my travel coach. He's like, "Hey, listen, you want to come down to this perfect game tournament in Florida? We're just going down. We need a few couple guys, and you can come with us if you like." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Had sent my housing deposit into Georgia Southern to just go there and go to study there, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I went down there. I had a pretty good week, and the one coach that actually came up to me and talked to me was the assistant here at Mount Saint Vincent. And one of the first questions I asked him was, why, what did you like and what did you see in me? And the things he said was exactly how I think about my swing and everything like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to take a look at it. I like how I've been from New York. So I was definitely interested to get into the city and look and just see if, this could be a place for me. And very glad that I was able to make that choice. Very glad.
Yeah, you go from almost hanging it up to in 2021 being the Skyline Conference Player of the Year. In 22 games, you had a 541 average, 27 RBIs. What was it like to perform that well in 2021, especially coming after everything that happened with COVID?
Yeah, especially after COVID. It was great. It really was, because I really do. I did work really hard and stuff like that, but it was awesome because we have a really good group of guys here, and with the coach and everything, and just you really want to do so well for those guys. And we were just in so many games and just being able to do well, and all of us did well, and it was just really nice to be able to do that and just kind of get some recognition for it. It is nice here and there, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's different, but it was cool.
All right, so I'm looking at these Trinity stats. Everyone's knows Blinstrub's in the lineup after you get 500 last year, 540, excuse me, last year. Did Getty walk you twice on purpose when you played against Trinity? I say 1 for 2, 2 walks.
I don't think so, actually, but he did.
Must have had a good scout on you.
Yeah, he definitely had. I mean, a lot of my hits are middle to left field, and you could see the shift. The shift was pretty. I'm almost pretty certain that he mentioned it, that make it over exaggerated just so he sees it and knows it. But he definitely had a good scouting report on me. He knows what I like and what I don't like up there. So, and we were talking before the game and stuff, and he was like, "I'm not going to tell him too much," but he's like, "Just be ready." He's like, "Just be ready," and I was like, "All right." But it was a good game up until that last inning. They ended up hitting a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th to really blow it open. But we were in there the whole time, and it was just a really good game. And it was funny to be on the opposite end of him coaching against us. So
Yeah, that's certainly interesting. And that kind of relates to our next question. We ask every D3 guy we have on this podcast this question, but how much pride do you take in playing Division III baseball?
Oh, I love it. And I think being a part of this kind of league where it's just such great talent and stuff like that, it really kind of makes you proud, and you just love everything that goes on with D3 because it's all about academics first too, and that's important. And then, baseball and all about managing that. And I think it's really, really is great talent everywhere. And I've just really enjoyed playing D3 just with that focus on both academics and athletics. But yeah, I really do take some pride in playing college baseball, especially at this level.
Yeah, we love our D3 guys in the futures. They've made huge impacts on teams that have won rings. They've made, you guys were right there, came down to the wire last year, up in Vermont, over in Pittsfield, and all over New England. Moving on a little bit though, back to Mount Saint Vincent. So you guys are the Dolphins. Is there a story behind that? Do you know why you guys are the Dolphins?
And it's funny because everyone always asks me, and I never have a good answer for it. I really have no idea, and that's one of the biggest things we get chirped for. like especially if the bullpen's out in outfield, they'll be like, "Why? What's with the Dolphins? There's no Dolphins in New York City." And we're like, honestly, yeah, there's not. I'm not really sure where that came from. I probably should, as I've been here for 4 years. I should know where that comes from. But I really don't. But I think it's funny because we do get that. That is one of the biggest things. Other teams will yell at us like, "There's no Dolphins in the Hudson River down there."
All right, so we have there's certainly no Dolphins in the Hudson River. So, all right, we have some Dolphins trivia for you. We figured this would fit right in. What sound does a dolphin make?
It's like am I supposed to make it? It's like whenever you type it out, it's like the e. It's a funny noise.
I can imagine some bullpen screaming that at you.
Oh yeah, always. We do that. We definitely do that. Like if somebody has a double, sometimes you'll hear it from the bullpen. You just gotta laugh and shake.
Love it. That's D3 baseball right there.
Yeah, that's that in a nutshell.
All right, this one's a little tougher. What year did the Miami Dolphins football team go undefeated? 17-0.
I'm gonna guess
16.
Marino era, and I wish I knew exactly when that was. 88.
Oh, and do you have a guess, or did you look this up?
I'm gonna go 1994. That's my guess.
All right, it was, according to extensive research, the 1972-73 season.
Wow. A little off. A
little off. That's all right, though. I had to look it up, to be fair.
I wonder if that was when Marino was playing. Damn Marino. I wonder.
I need to get my history straight here.
We're
putting each other on the spot. All right, so final trivia question. Your two mascots, the Suns and the Dolphins, if they fought each other, who's winning?
Oof. I would say the Dolphins. Dolphins are pretty smart. Dolphins might get them. Dolphins definitely know their way around. So they got to deal with sharks and all them. So I don't know. I think the Dolphin would take that.
Breaking news: Dolphins are stronger than the Sun.
I hope they don't get upset I said that.
No, not at all.
No, I don't think so.
Before we return to our interview with Jake Blinstrub, we want to share a message from our friends at 78 Sports. Do you have kids playing baseball or softball? We all know practice time is limited, especially here in New England. Not to mention the cost of lessons and cage time can add up quickly. Save yourself time and money by giving your kids what they need to work on their game at home. Our friends at 78 Sports can help you put together the perfect at-home training setup. Whether you want to start small with just a tee and hitting net, or looking to set up a full cage with turf and a pitching machine, they have you covered. The team at 78 Sports has designed and installed hundreds of home and commercial sports training facilities, so let them help you plan the perfect setup for your space. Visit the 78 Sports website at 78sports.com. That's SEVENTY 8sports.com. For a limited time, just by mentioning Back to the Futures, you'll receive a 10% discount off your order. That's SEVENTY 8sports.com. Now, back to Jake.
And transitioning to the summer here, obviously in 2021, you played for the Suns. What was that experience like?
I had a great experience, and I tell everyone, it was honestly probably the best summer I've ever had. Between the coaches and the players and the relationships that I made, and then playing in front of all these fans and everything really about the league. Playing D3 baseball, you don't really get in front of, hundreds and thousands of fans a night, with all that going on and stuff. Like at Worcester, they're playing tequila during the 8th inning and stuff like that. Just cool things like that, that I'll honestly take away forever. And still in contact with a lot of the kids on the team. We all just meshed really well together. We got along so well, and that really helped. Great experience. And Pittsfield, it was a wonderful town. I had a great host right next to the field. And playing at Wacona Park is just really historic and cool, just to say, that's the home field.
That's really interesting. I've never heard an opposing player say they liked tequila before. That's usually the complete opposite.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think I'm sure if I was pitching, I'd feel a little different. I just I had no choice but to sit out there and just laugh. And I enjoy it. Like people get into it. And I was like, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. And a lot of times, there was a few times, I think it worked against us. They ended up scoring a few runs. So whatever works, I guess.
Yeah, whatever works, especially in summer ball. And what was working for the season was you guys. You had a great season. You came back against Brockton to the playoffs to make it to the championship. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but it was a great championship series nonetheless. What was it like being part of that postseason run and, getting to that final game?
Yeah, it was so cool. It was pretty special too. I know we had a lot of guys that had to leave and go get ready for their seasons. So it was time for some guys to step up, including myself. And it was just a really nice experience. And, we had some great moments and great times that we did. Like I don't think I've ever been part of a cooler event or memory than Laura's home run to put us ahead against Brockton in that Game 3 match in the playoffs. So just experiencing something like that, like the playoff atmosphere and something like that, and something that we all really care for and we wanted to win so bad. It was awesome. It really was. And I'll never forget it, honestly. We came so close and we fought so hard till the end. So
yeah, something that gets not overlooked, but a little overlooked because it was, such a good championship series. The Brockton Game 2, you guys are at Campanelli in the 9th inning. Quigley was on the mound. Eric Ramirez ropes one down the line, and it was foul. And that would have been your season right there. And then there's I forget who was playing third, ground ball to third. Gervasi turned it at home. And it was a 5-2-3, double play. And that kept it alive. And then you guys won Game 3. And, what were you looking at in the outfield there after like the close call in left on the foul ball? And then
yeah, and I believe Quigley, that was his first batter maybe, but yeah, the roped one down the line and I was in right and I was running up in case I had to back up or anything, and I was looking, I was like, oh, is that gonna get down? And luckily, it was foul. And then I think it was Anton Lazitz. He's going to Columbia. He's a freshman at Columbia this year, and he wasn't playing that game, and he was probably cold on the bench, and a coach is like, hey, go to third base real quick. We need to sub you out on third base.
Real quick, yeah.
Yeah, right? And next play, hot shot right to him, fields it right to Gervasi, and he makes a great throw to first. And I was like, we all, all the outfielders swarm because we go and meet up in center field after a win. We're just like, what? We're like, holy cow, that was awesome. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get during a Futures League postseason and a Futures League season. You touched on it a little bit during the last question. A lot of teams, including you guys, had a lot of roster turnover this year. There were guys coming and going and coming back and all that. How do you keep kind of the chemistry in the locker room and everything kind of straight when you're playing a season where there's so much roster turnover?
Yeah, I would say just the guys that would come in and out, everybody was so cool and going about their business and doing what they want to do and doing what they could for the team. Everybody that we came close with, the people who were there the whole times, it was nice just to have those guys around and have everyone just up and know how we do things there. And yeah, everyone who came in was just really had the right mindset and really just became a part of the, what we call the family. And yeah, it was pretty cool to keep that with everyone.
One of the most unique roster turnover acquisitions was Chief Wakona as well. Did you have to carry the statue on the bus, or?
No, thankfully I did not. Usually I'd see it sitting there and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna head to the bus real quick and see if I could. But yeah, that was an interesting little tactic we tried to come up with at the end there. It was fun bringing him around and just having him dressing him up with the hat and the Suns jersey.
It was almost the perfect good luck charm. It got you guys pretty far. I credit it 100%, not Gedman or the players, just the statue.
Strictly Chief O'Connor. He was the reason. He did it for us.
What was it like having Coach Matt Gedman as the skipper in Pittsfield?
Yeah, he was awesome, man. I got nothing but good things to say about him. Just his knowledge of the game, the way he treats his players. We developed a really good relationship. Like I still text him and talk to him all the time because he's just that guy. He knows his stuff really well. He's a great manager, and he just keeps it so fun and loose, and that's, to me, especially in summer ball, I think that's how, for the most part, I would like to play it. And I think that was one of the reasons for our success is how he managed the games and how he went about day-to-day business. But yeah, I love playing for him. I tell a lot of people that I was like, that's probably the best coach I've ever played for sure. And yeah, nothing but good things to say about him.
The highest of compliments for Coach Gedman there. So how'd you end up on the Suns? Was it Getty? Was it someone else? Was it your coach putting you in the future?
Yeah. So it was actually, he's not here anymore. It was one of the assistant coaches. He's good friends with our head coach, so he was assistant here. And it was actually Gedman's roommate in college, Nick Serino at UMass. So he, was talking to him, and my head coach was trying to get me in there. So he had him talk to Gedman, and Gedman was like, yeah, sure. I'll take him. And thankfully he did. And so that's how I ended up there. And I was all for it. As soon as he said yes, I was like, all right, here's everything. Here's my contract. I'm coming. That's it.
Yeah, sure. We'll take the kid that hit 540.
And yeah, you continued your success into the summer. As we mentioned off the top, you were an all-star. You played in New Britain. What was that experience like?
That was really cool. Just meeting everyone that, played, and just different guys, especially on different teams. And it was interesting to see how, it's almost like everyone in the league was just the same almost, and really cool. You could have great conversation with everyone. They're obviously very talented and good at baseball and stuff. So it's nice to pick everyone's brain and just develop new relationships, especially with opposing teams that you really wouldn't have conversations with those guys if it weren't for that. But yeah, the whole experience was really cool with the fans and everything. And then I thought the home run derby was awesome. That was a really, really good home run derby. But yeah, the whole thing was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Another way you can meet the other team is during a sun delay.
Oh yeah.
Were you ever up at the plate when it was getting pretty low, or I assume everyone was.
There was a few times where I'd look at the ump. I'm like, you sure this is okay? Because I was like, I really can't see it. I was like, I'm really just guessing here. But it was interesting. It was pretty funny just to see the sun, you have to kind of keep your head down and look at a certain way just to be able to see the ball. And it was worse if a lefty was pitching for me. I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can see this. There's been a few times.
Chris Sale.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, there's been a few times this season, actually, for my spring season, that there's been a sun problem out in center. It's creeping in there, and the catcher's like, wow, this is getting bad. I'm like, dude, you have no idea. I was like, you wouldn't believe this. But yeah, that's one of those things about Pittsfield that makes it so awesome. It's just they got the little quirky things about it, and the sun delay is unheard of. Everyone I said would say that to. They're like, what is that? What is a sun delay?
Yeah, sun delays are such a unique part of Pittsfield, and we appreciate it. We appreciate the uniqueness, but maybe not the delay in the
Exactly. Especially if you're up to bat.
Yeah, that's gotta, and if you're the catcher too, like that's gotta be. We talked to Gervasi about, we talked to Mike Gervasi this summer about it, and that's just like that's dangerous.
Well, yeah, and Mestre was saying, he was like, I want it there the whole time.
Yeah, right. So a little bit of an advantage. That's funny.
Yeah,
it's probably pretty dangerous. It's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And we also mentioned this off the top, but you were nominated for the Adam Keenan Award for the Pittsfield. It's given to a player who exemplifies outstanding attitude, character, and sportsmanship that is synonymous with Adam's legacy. That is from direct quote from the Futures League website. And this is from Matt Gedman. Jake is a kid that makes everyone around him feel like they're known, a guy who plays the game the right way, an outstanding teammate, and always smiles ear to ear. You've had a nice smile on throughout this entire podcast as well. What is it like to hear that from him and to receive that recognition this summer?
That was actually, that was really important to me. That was just to be nominated even for such a great award and legacy for Adam. So unfortunate what happened to him and stuff. But yeah, it was just really, my parents were really proud of me for it. That's how they always tried to raise me. And it just, I enjoyed it too because, I always try to be positive, have a great attitude. Like I'm smiling in this interview so much. I just really enjoyed being around everyone this year. And I'm just, I consider myself a people person. I like talking to everybody and getting everyone going. So it was really, really special to me to win that award. I was very glad to be nominated for that. So that was really awesome.
Yeah, certainly well deserved. And obviously you got to make your parents proud. So that's great. It's great to hear.
For sure.
Before we get back to our interview with Jake Blinstrub, we want to share a message from our friends at Zorian Bat Company. Rob Zorian started the company Zorian Bat Company in 2003, literally out of the trunk of his car in Davie, Florida. Within 2 years, he was selling his wood bat line to Major League Baseball and continuing to manufacture the highest grade wood bats for Little League all the way up to the major leagues. Rob Zorian, founder and president of Zorian Bats, says, I started the company in 2003 to service all baseball players in the United States and beyond. And after 19 years, our mission has not changed. We are very excited to have the opportunity to work with the Futures League and wish all of our players and coaches a healthy and successful season ahead. To find out more information about Zorian, go to zorianbats.com. That's Zorian bats.com. Zorian, America's baseball brand. Now, back to Jake Blinstrub. And we now move on to our final segment. It's called Quick Hits. It's presented by Zephyr, the official on-field hat of the Futures League. Zephyr, high quality and innovative design since 1993. So, Jake, we got a couple more questions for our audience to get to know you better. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do it. This is the tough one right off the bat. Who was your favorite teammate in Pittsfield?
Oh, wow. I hope they're not going to get upset with me, but between a few different guys, but I would say me and Jack Cooney, I got along with him real well. That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
Jack Cooney, the fan favorite Pittsfield native right there.
Legend.
And for walk-up music, what's blaring at either Mount Saint Vincent or what was blaring in Pittsfield this summer when you were coming up to the plate?
It was a Kanye song. It was Dark Fantasy. It was just it was right like at the minute mark, and I just really liked the beat as like it's just a complete change in the song. I just like right as I'm stepping in the batter's box, the beat would drop. So that was it.
That just echoes through Wacona.
Oh yeah.
The speakers are like in there, they're backed up.
Very, very loud.
Booms.
Everyone hears it. I was like, I gotta go with that.
And you mentioned your favorite big league team was the Yankees earlier. So how about favorite big league player, whether it's current or historical?
Oh, wow. Right now, currently, I would say, honestly, it's not the Yankees. It's Juan Soto. I just love watching that guy play. I love watching his swing. He's great to watch, and I just love how he plays the game. So I would say Juan Soto.
Yeah, he's fun. He's one of those guys trying to change the game, make it better, make it younger, make it funner, more fun. I think funner should be a word, though. But what about a favorite ballpark you've played in and then one you've been at as a fan?
Okay. I'd have to say one of the ones in the Futures League, honestly, were. I would say I'm going to go with Norwich. I think Norwich had a really cool facility. Their clubhouse was huge and really interesting. And then the field was just beautiful. So I would say Norwich was one of the nicer stadiums I played in. And then that I've been to, I gotta say Truist Park down in Atlanta. The new one is pretty incredible if you get to go out there and see it. They did a really nice job with that field. So I'd say that one for the MLB.
The old one down there, that was Turner Field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been to Turner before. That was a cool one too.
Turner was cool. Yeah, they turned it. Georgia State University is actually, I think they bought that now, so I think it's turned it into their football field. And then they, for some reason, they didn't use it as the baseball field either. They built a different one right across the street. So, but yeah, Turner Field was real nice too. Nice skyline in the background and stuff.
Yeah. 16 seed Georgia State right there. Tough loss to Gonzaga the other night.
Oh, really for a while.
I don't think my girlfriend's filled out a bracket before and she picked Georgia State. So,
hey, she would have looked like a genius.
Oh my gosh.
We're like, I knew it.
The only one. What about something that's on your sports bucket list, whether it's a game or stadium or anything?
On the bucket list, let's see. I would say, yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool for especially like us here because we're so close. We're like 10 minutes from Yankee Stadium. I think it would have been cool. Would be cool to get a game on Yankee Stadium over there. And I'm not a big power guy, but 314. Right,
everything goes out there.
It's like so, but yeah, I think playing at Yankee Stadium would be definitely one on my bucket list.
I think I hit one of those wiffle balls out at Dick's Sporting Goods at Yankee Stadium, but
hey, that counts, right?
Are you superstitious on game day?
It's weird. Like sometimes it's like it literally changes for me. Like sometimes I'm like, I got to put this batting glove on first and this one too. But sometimes I don't even like when I'm so. It's weird. Sometimes I'm just like, nah, like whatever. If I'm struggling, it's not. And then if I'm doing well, I'll do the same things over and over until it changes.
That's baseball right there. And last question of this quick hit segment presented by Zephyr. What is a favorite all-time baseball memory?
It might be cliche to say, but honestly, this summer with Lara's home run, I don't think I've ever really been a part of something as cool as that. Just that when he hit it, as soon as I was in the hole, so I was out there. But if you look at the video, you see me run out, and before it even goes over the fence, I'm jumping up and down, like, let's go. That was, by far probably the coolest moment I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, that's awesome being there for your teammate after he hit such a big home run. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Jake, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck with everything, and we can't wait to follow you this season at Mount Saint Vincent.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you. You guys take care.
This has been episode 8 of season 4 of Back to the Futures, the official podcast of the Futures League. We have new episodes coming out every Monday. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see everyone soon.